This buy round is gonna suck, but we're here to help. My name is Damo.
And I'm Clarky.
And this is the Footy Mailbag. Round 16, the final buy round is here, and it's a tricky one, but to help us is Joe from the Centre Bounce YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us, Joe.
Thank you for having me, Damo Clarky. Always a pleasure to be here. And I have no idea how much help I can be for anyone because this buy round absolutely sucked. And it's all right. Side by side, we suck together. Isn't that how the Collingwood theme song goes?
I'm pretty sure I've heard them say it before. Side by side we stay together, and I'm a big little baby. Ooh, we're just big little babies who cry about things all the time. My favourite part of the Collingwood theme song. Is this a good intro, Damo?
I feel like we've just alienated half of our listener base, but that's fine.
That's fine. They know what they are.
Exactly.
I'm sure someone's going to mention the snow or a charcuterie.
Something like that. Let's start with what we start all episodes with. Joe, because you're the guest, what caught your eye this week?
Last week?
The round just gone.
Yeah.
Any week.
Yeah, well, that's just to make sure, because what caught your eye this week? It's like, well, I think, well, if we're talking about this week, probably what the ruck situation that's going to be facing us for the Swans this week is probably what caught my eye. But apparently Laddams has been named, Peanut Laddams, as lovingly nicknamed, coined by Supercoach with DR, the great man. Yeah, Laddams has been named this week, which is obviously really impressive for Sydney. All of us Grundy owners obviously very disappointed about that. But in terms of something interesting, what caught my eye last week, it was your Freo boys, Damo. Your Freo boys, they are great. They are fun to watch. Even when they can't hit the side of the barn to save their life with goal accuracy, it was still pretty fun to watch.
That first half was torture. I'm glad they pulled themselves out of it, though, because it looked like one of those games where it was going to come down to accuracy in the end. And luckily, they were able to pull themselves off the scrap heap in the second half and turn it around. But for all their dominance in getting the ball inside 50, they were struggling in front of goal. And there was some diabolical shots on goals. Some of those set shots looked so unnatural. It's like, I know they came off the bye and they've never been a good off the bye team, but that, like, the set shot stuff was just fundamentals going wrong.
It wasn't even that damn. It was almost cursed because it was genuinely like they forgot how to kick a goal for 25 minutes until Pat Voss manages to throw it onto his boot just on the goal line. And then they all went, oh, the middle.
There was one set shot that Giamis was doing where he was still working out where to grip the ball as he was running in. And it's like you kind of want to work that stuff out before you start your run up. Like, I get that the umpire was counting down and was going 5, 4, 3, but just get a grip on the ball before you start moving, please. Like, there was a reason it came off the side of your boot and barely registered.
I really hope someone out there has done a Space Jam edit of them getting their powers back as they all kick goals in the second half of the game.
All because of my boy Paddy Voss. So, it sometimes it takes an ex-Essendon great, to get things moving again. And I know he never played a game for the seniors, but he was a VFL best and fairest winner. And I think that's enough to be an Essendon great in my eyes, because there's nothing been great about the Bombers in recent times. And thank God we had the bye.
Wins where you can get them.
Yeah, I know. Thank God we had the bye.
I love seeing the Bombers fans debating online whether Patrick Voss is actually good or not.
Look, that goal that he kicked from, 50 meters out when the 50 meets the boundary, and he played on, nailed that goal. And as he was running in the celebration, he just ran straight to the bench. Oh, that was hilarious. He just loves a goal, probably more than Papley does, in my opinion. I think this guy froths goals, but when you're a forward, that's obviously what you want to see. But probably one thing from Voss that I was pretty happy to see for him was when, I think it was Andy Brayshaw, who was tackled over the boundary line, and Voss, he just comes in, completely bowls over the Geelong guy who had tackled him to lift up Brayshaw. And I thought that's great. That's great teamwork there.
Yeah.
Something that clearly shows that he's fully bought in, loves his football, and it's great.
He's a bit of a bodyguard out there.
Enforcer.
Clarkie, what about you? What caught your eye?
What caught my eye? Just how difficult this bye is going to be with another injury coming through this week, with a big injury to Jack Sinclair. And me realizing once again that this is the first year where I've actually needed injury trades, or I've needed a trade, and I'm probably not going to have that many injury trades because I've already spent them. And we were talking about this just before we hit record with you, Joe, where Joe had already said that he's gotten a payday loan on his injury trades and already used them.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Can we end the season already?
Yeah. I feel like I'm so close to being free, as I fondly call it on this show. It's letting yourself float in the river. You put yourself in a nice big tube, you get yourself in, you spend your last trade, and you go off into the sunset over the waterfall of no trades.
The river sticks, mate. The river sticks at this point.
Just no trades, let Jesus take the wheel.
That's all we can hope for.
Oh!
And by Jesus, of course, we mean Bond.
Yeah. Or...
Football Jesus.
Yeah, football Jesus. Football Jesus.
Bond we trust.
What was his name from the previous Sydney Ruckman before Grundy? Oh my god, I always forget his name.
Tom Hickey?
Tom Hickey. Now there's a Jesus you could set your cross to.
Yeah, but you never know which team he's going to play for year on year, because I think he was traded in every second season.
But the beard and the hair, Damo.
Nah, it's got to be the Bond.
What caught your eye, Damo? Before I get too much into the secular nature of football.
What caught my eye was a tweet from Al Payton. He tweeted out that someone could have gone on the biggest Gulden run and traded in Heaney for his 173, Dawson for his 184, then Jackson for his 176. And if someone's done that, amazing luck there. But we've also had what I'm going to call the poo-poo run, which is being hit with all of the three major injuries over the last few weeks with Flanders, Roberts, and now Sinclair. So, look, there will be someone out there that's loving life because they've been hit with the golden run, and then there'll be people out there who just wants the season to end because they've been hit with this poo-poo run of these three injuries.
Yes, Nemo, I have question.
Yes, Clarky?
Would not poo-poo run just be called the runs?
I like
the shits, if you will.
I like the term the poo-poo run better, but you can call it the shits if you like.
I feel like the poo-poo run is just the runs, Damo. But I agree with you, as somebody who copped Flanders, Roberts, and now Sinclair, and also before that had still has Tim English.
Oh, wow, yep. Yeah.
Bit of an unlucky year so far, injury-wise for me. And obviously, we go all the way back to Errol Gulden in round one. So many people started him, and I think that was when we all knew that it was going wrong.
Yes. Yeah, there were a few moments this season where it was like, oh, good, it's going to be one of those types of seasons. So, yeah, I mean, let's talk about the Jack Sinclair injury now. So, obviously missed most of the game against the Bulldogs after popping his calf in that first few minutes. It looked like an Achilles injury. It's now been confirmed as a calf injury, but a really bad one. But he was in a moon boot, which was the most confusing part of it all, because you don't usually put a calf injury in a moon boot, but they've confirmed it's a calf injury. So it must have been a really bad one to pop and act like an Achilles injury out there on the field. Joe?
Yeah, I've got nothing further to add. I'm no medical doctor, I have no PhD either, so I'm not even a fake doctor either. But it's interesting to see that. And I suppose when you've got someone who is as valuable and important to your drive, like what Sinclair is, it just means that you pull out all the stops to be as safe as possible. And I mean, the calf is not far away from the Achilles, right? Just pulling out my leg. It doesn't seem to be that far, I don't think, from there.
Yeah,
So
have
maybe
a
the
look
same
on the
area.
doll.
I mean, they're kind of in the same place, I guess.
Yes, they're both on the leg. Well done.
Yes.
Well done, team. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because he is an awkward price to replace.
Dropped 60k, which would made the replacements really, really difficult to nail down. I mean, the top guys that people would be looking at are Lockie Ash, Lockie Whitfield, the two GWS guys, Nick Blakey, Callum Mills off the Sydney bye. Callum Wilkie might be a massive beneficiary of Jack Sinclair going out. Luke Parker's sort of recaptured some of his form. You need at least 70k to get up to Wanganeen Malera, but he's on a bye, so you'll have to wait a week anyway. John Noble as well, he's another 70k. I mean, or if you have Max Holmes in your midfield via the magic of DPP, there's options like Lockie Neal, Will Day came back and he looked really good against the Suns, and Hawks have a good run. But then there's also Finn Callahan as well, who's still trying to get going, but is another option that people can look at. So there's not no options. It's just going to make it interesting in that with that 509k price tag, where people go, because it will depend on how much money's in the bank.
Clarkey? What about Clarkey, your boy Clark?
Oh no,
he's annoying.
I was going to say I'm out. Drop me.
Oh, Jordan Clark is annoying me, man. Like, I'm the biggest Jordan Clark stan. People of this podcast will know I'm the biggest Jordan Clark stan. But when you score, when you score 50 and a half, and then 20 for the remaining half, it's just keep doing what you've been doing for the entire game, Jordan. Like, you're not doing lockdown. That's Judd McVee's doing that. Carl Warner's doing that. Like, Luke Ryan's trying to do that. But like, Jordan, just continue to grab the ball and run, mate. Just continue to score for me, please.
Jordan, just get your shit together. Get your shit together. You want your team to win a premiership? You need to get it, pick it up, all off the floor, all that stuff that's spilled there. Get it together.
From one Clarkey to another, you heard him.
I have another fun option that I want to throw up there for Jack Sinclair replacements.
Go on.
Darcy Wilmot.
I like it, but when's Dane Zorko due back? That's the only question mark I have. Yeah,
a week or two. But he has been scoring.
And
okay.
Kitty Coleman as well. Is a week.
Yeah, that's true as well.
I thought Kitty Coleman was further away. Okay, no, I retract that. I'm going to change it to Tom McCarthy.
I don't mind it. I don't mind the Tom McCarthy pick. He's due back this week, I think, because he was out with that hamstring or calf or whatever it was.
Out with a classic case of bye as well.
That as well, yes. So the bye has meant that he's only missed one actual game.
But I think because of this price point, I think we're probably, if a lot of people, anything like me, and completely mismanage their budget and say bring in 3 premiums and then leave themselves with nothing, but still one player to upgrade and now an injury, you might be struggling for cash. So I think maybe it's time to zig where we should be zagging. So I like these guys like Parker. I don't mind at his price point. McCarthy, I don't mind at his price point. Damo, I saw your team just yesterday.
You did?
And you took your money straight to the Sam Banks, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I still had Lockie McAndrew in my team, which I had planned to move on. And so I'd used the opportunity to upgrade McAndrew to Max Gawn finally. And then I used the remaining cash to bring in Sam Banks, who I will loop with Hall Cahan on a weekly basis for the end of the year. And
huge. I love it.
I feel like it's going to be a tactic that might fall out from under me, but I think Sam Banks is going to be an 80 to 90 sort of scorer most weeks, and I also think that's the sort of range for Hall Cahan at the Crows as well. So I'll just take a score in that range, if not higher, from whoever plays first, and use a loop outside of that.
It's a good way to keep yourself engaged with the season.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I can't go for the same pick as everyone else. I need to choose a bit of spice to separate my team from the rest, a bit of a different tactic, and that's the tactic I've gone for in Sam Banks. I don't know if I would recommend it. He's not going to feature on the traffic lights this week, but it's just a tactic that I've kind of thought about myself, and Richmond fans are telling me don't do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Don't really care.
He's got potential, but the role hasn't been his yet.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest difficulty.
Yeah.
I know that we've got to get to injury and suspension news, Damo, but while we're talking spicy picks, I do have a couple questions I want to throw in ahead of time to our good friend Joe. What's with Sam Durham? Should we be considering him as a little cheapy guy, a little cheapy fella?
Oh, thank God he's cheap. Otherwise, no one would be even considering him. And I wouldn't be considering him either. There's just a lot of uncertainty at the Bombrays. We don't even know who the coach is going to be, let alone who the is it Solomon? Is it Hurdy? Is it me? Is it my mum? I have no idea.
Given Andrew Welsh's track record, I put some good money on it's one of the members of the boys' club.
Probably. Is he preparing Durham for a full-time role for himself to be the coach? Or is he trying to find out what is the best mix? Are we going to, Sharp's going to come back. Sharp's going to play, do we want to throw him in the middle a lot more? Caldwell's going to come back. Is Caldwell going to be given bulk minutes then? Is Parrish going to be kept or is Parrish going to be traded? There's just so many question marks at Essendon that it's very hard to say with any confidence whatsoever, yes, this is going to be the status quo. This is how it's going to be moving forward. Because I honestly don't think they have any idea whatsoever themselves. When we're throwing Zach Reid in the forward line, anything is up for grabs. Anything. Clarkey, I know you're Victorian based. Just keep your eye on your phone. Anything could happen.
Yeah, look, I'm hoping if there was a player coach, do you think coaching would be worth more Supercoach points?
I think less Supercoach points.
Every point, every position swap you make gives you an extra point. I don't know.
Or subtracts a point because you made a horrible decision.
Every time you take Sam Durham out of the midfield, you automatically lose 5 points.
For every minute that he's out of the midfield.
Exactly. Nah, don't go there. Unless it's purely roulette. Do you like gambling? Do you like the casino? Do you like red and black?
Supercoach alone gives me absolute anxiety. Mostly because of the gambling aspects.
Are you nihilistic? Go for it. Do you barrack for Essendon? There's a bunch of factors to go into this. Yeah. And let's just say I haven't done it because I only have 2 trades left, and the last thing I want is to be trading in someone who could very easily next week have 0% CBAs.
Yeah, here, folks.
I mean, if we move to the injury and suspension news, Darcy Parish is potentially due back this week, so that could see someone's midfield time reduce. We were treated to the news on Tuesday that Tristan Sherry is out after jaw surgery, going to miss this week and maybe next week. People would have just traded him in and now would be very frustrated with that. He's been a frustrating own for the last few weeks anyway. Tom De Koning has broken ribs and a collapsed lung. No timeline offered. People are looking at Rowan Marshall. I think the timeline would have to be pretty long for the Rowan Marshall move to be worth it, especially this late in the season.
And on the bye.
And they're on the bye, so without the timeline and probably no timeline until next week, it makes it even more difficult to make that decision. Dan Rioli is out with a jaw injury, with a broken jaw. He's going to be out for up to 6 weeks.
Yeah, that was horrible.
So that probably brings Bodie Yulin's stocks up a little bit. Maybe John Noble's as well. I don't see it affecting John Noble too much, though.
I like the Bodie Yulin call. He's very cheap as well.
Yeah, Bodie Yulin could actually be quite a good Jack Sinclair replacement as well. And then Weddle's got a 3-week suspension, which probably boosts the job security of a Bailey McDonald. and we might see a Bodie Ryan or a Flynn Perez come back into the Hawks team as well. So there's some Supercoach relevance in all of this injury and suspension news this week.
Breakers this year.
Yeah, and
Andy McGrath had to get surgery on his jaw as well.
It's the new in injury.
I
It's
wish
new
we were in person so I could
syndesmosis.
do the dog's jaw joke. That's all I can think about. Sorry. Yeah, I can't wait to YOLO Rowan Marshall next week, though.
Hey, Clarky, that's your choice.
You gambler.
Other popular trade targets this week, we've already spoken about the potential defensive options. Lachie Neale and Zach Bailey off their buys will be popular. Joe has warned us to not bring in Sam Durham.
Watch it for 150 this week.
Some downgrade options, Mitch Padarsky in the forward line, Campbell Lake, he's on a bye, but people might like the DPP there anyway. Kai Anand in defence. And Marcus Herbert has only played one game, but people probably looking at him for a midfield downgrade. So that one's going to be popular. And Jai Murray, not listed on my run sheet here, but Jai Murray might be a good option without Dan Rioli in the team.
Very good.
Nice.
Clarky, time for your spark. Who have you landed on this week?
I'm not fucking around this week, Damo. It's fucking Errol Gulden time, baby. It's Errol time. Oh, Errol. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like this. Is that it? Is that the line? It's been a while since I've heard the song.
It's been a while for me as well.
Great song, by the way.
I wanted to include him in the injury report, but I thought this could be the case for a spark this week. So I wanted to leave it open for you.
Yeah, so it's been announced that he's playing. Dean Cox has said that they expect him to play close to a full load, but they'll manage him obviously as his return. They're pushing for finals. He's elite. He's done everything that he needs to do to tick the boxes. I genuinely can't see a reason. Like, we're at the point now where a lot of people, you're picking up either extra guys that you can flex in and out, or you're picking up your last guys. Errol Gulden, fit, healthy, back on the saddle. I'm willing to take that risk. I think at his price, he's got a break even that's relatively achievable if he's playing close to full minutes. I can't see any reason not to take the gamble, just for a bit of fun. Like we always say, the spark is not about picking the obvious guys. The obvious guys are there, like, Lachie Neale, sure. Lachie Ash, sure. But you know what's fun is backing a guy who you backed in round one and was horrendously struck down by the football gods.
I'm pretty sure he was still in people's teams until a few weeks. Like, I'm pretty sure he still had a pretty high eye ownership. So there are people that have stuck him at M11 for this entire season and are now laughing because he's returning, going, "Oh, Errol Gulden's back, and I've had that 566k on my bench this entire time." I don't know how teams would have been able to manage that, but I think his ownership stuck around 15% for a very long time. So
that's crazy. That's crazy high.
Yes.
And they're laughing now because you look at his last month of football, it's an injury-depleted St Kilda. It's Port Adelaide, who are helping Zach Butters to pack his bags. It's Essendon, who might honestly be the saddest team ever. And then North Melbourne at SCG.
Yeah.
So, that is such a smixy run home.
His ownership his ownership's 3% at the moment, but I looked a few weeks ago, probably before the buys began, and it was at double digits. So he's been traded out to assist with people in their buy trades.
Yeah.
But his ownership was high for a long-term injured guy, and it was it was surprising to see, because when I'm doing the traffic lights, just to pull back the curtain a little bit, I always sort by ownership and see and see all that, and it always surprised me how high his ownership was. But yeah, people who have held him laughing now.
Golden showers.
That's right. Piss it in, guys.
Golden showers, baby.
Yeah.
The way to end that season. Oh,
That's
exciting.
that's the mailbag's new slogan. Gulden showers, piss it in. And it's Errol holding a little winner flag.
With big cocks at the helm.
Yeah. Big Cox pisses it in. It's Gulden
I'm surprised there weren't enough. I'm surprised there weren't more journos who had or newspaper articles that had the gumcha to when Cox landed the head job at the Swans. I'm surprised no one went with that headline. Cox lands head job.
It's you know what? It just goes to the show. The game, the state of media, awful.
The game's gone.
Instead, I got to listen to David King, objectively a man who sounds like he hates football every time he opens his stupid fucking mouth. He sounds like he hates football. I have to listen to him every week, and I can't get one journo with any kind of ethical bone in his body to say Cox lands head job.
Unless he's talking about Jackson, though. He loves every time Jackson is anywhere near the ball within 15 kilometers of it, you just hear him go, like in the commentary. It's amazing.
Same with Nick Watson. He loves Nick Watson. Loves the whiz.
That's got to be a very good, Damo. Well done. Move on.
Keep this theme rolling for the rest of the episode, please. This is great.
Let's move on to our listener questions this week. Just a reminder, the link to our question form is on our website, or you can comment on our social media pages. We need them by 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. You can also send us a voice memo on our website, but we need them by 8 p.m. Tuesdays, so I've got time to queue them up. We've got a gratitude, actually, from Jeffrey Head to play first before we get into the questions.
Hello, fellas. It's Jeff. Just got some gratitudes for you this week. Everything was pretty good with Supercoach. Players did all right. Couple of injuries. That's no good. But other than that, managed to gain a bit of rank, which has been great. But the main gratitude goes to the community and the content creators of Supercoach, because since starting that little YOLO pick thing that I get up to every week, I've noticed that there's been nothing but love. I haven't seen one hateful thing sent my way, which I'm sure a lot of people cop a bit of hate, but yeah, nothing but love, which is just fantastic. And content creators like yourselves and DR are all happy to shout me out, and Horse gave me a shout out. Bloody everyone has. Steve, bloody yeah, all the legends give me a shout out. Tell people where to find it. It's just fantastic. It's fantastic. Hopefully next year can do something a bit more impactful in the content space. But for now, I hope you boys have a fantastic week this week. And you guys score 3,000 each. And Melbourne and Freo continue to play extremely good football. Thanks, boys. Love you very much.
Bless you, Jeff. He's such a sweetheart. We love you too. I wanted to touch on and piggyback off his point there, where I think this is the greatest example of Jeffrey is someone who engages with a lot of us in the content space and a lot of people in the Supercoach space. But he always does it in such good faith, and I think that really embodies the best parts of some of our Supercoach community, and especially like the way that the community has sort of self-curated, in that we want people to engage with each other and to ask questions and to, have a little bit of playfulness, but also, provide advice, but all of it in good faith. Because I don't feel like it's always that way, and I think maybe it's really easy for us to criticize that, but we need to remember that as long as we're all treating each other with respect and we're all, making sure that this, football in general, not just Supercoach, is inclusive for all people, we're always going to be grateful for people like Jeff and encourage more and more people to just talk with us, just hang with us.
He gets around a wide range of the content out there as well. So he's willing to absorb and promote lots of content out there. He's in a lot of live streams. I've seen him in a lot of them around. He's just one of the good guys of the community. So it's good to have him.
On
Yeah.
you, Jeffy. Well done, mate. Keep it up.
And also, he's quite smug about a guy who definitely, I'm so sure, scored like 2,300 this week. And he's
Yes.
being really, he was really subtly humble about it. But
He did.
I want you to know, Jeff, I could hear just like a 2% bit of like oh yeah, everything's going all right. Couple injuries, whatever, man.
Anyone who scores 3,000 this week,
That's the thing.
this
Jeff.
week of all weeks,
Yeah.
would be absolutely ridiculous. Surely someone scoring 2,000 is enough to win the money this week.
Surely.
Fingers crossed.
Surely.
I want
All
the
right.
money. The money is mine.
First question, let's get into them, comes from Troy. He's deleted his AFL Supercoach team. He wants to know who he should take at 104 in his Dynasty NFL team.
Ooh, that's a tough pick.
Ooh,
I think we've played NFL with Troy before. Is he a wide receiver or a running back kind of guy?
I think he should go for Jamar Gibbs, Detroit Lions running back.
Ooh, I don't hate that.
Joe, are you an NFL fan?
Josh Allen.
Okay, go with the quarterback first up.
I think if he's available, I would pick up Bijan. If not,
Oh yeah,
I always have a soft spot in my heart for JSN, Jackson Smith Njigba.
Yep, and Jigba, yep.
Njigba, sorry. Both awesome options and an RB or a wide receiver there for you.
Yep.
Don't actually listen to me. I know jack shit about NFL. I've only went Josh Allen. I am.
You probably picked the one player that fooled me for a moment, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. It was good. He's good enough that you could have been like, oh, you know what, I can see that. If you decided that you wanted to go QB first, he's probably one of the three that I would pick.
My cousin lives in Buffalo, New York, and just by virtue of her living there, I am automatically now roped into this team, and she worships the ground that Josh Allen walks on. So he really is the only guy I could have told you off the top of my head when put on the spot. And yeah, there you go. Don't listen to me.
It fooled me. So and Josh Allen is a good quarterback. So not a bad suggestion there.
Hope that helps, Troy.
Next question comes from John. Hi guys, I love the music theme at the start of the show, but what is it? Thanks. The answer is, I don't know what it's called. It came from the website Pixabay, and I think I just put in the search bar sports podcast intro, and I think I searched for a few pages before I found it. So
it's a banger. Agreed.
No idea what it's called. No idea who made it, but it was free, and I edited a little bit because it was like 2 minutes long. But yeah, no idea what it's called. But it came from the website called Pixabay.
We're still in talks with Play Lunch to try and use Party with the Boys.
Yes. Next question comes from Jose, who
Why are they all J names, by the way?
Jose,
who corrected our pronunciation from last week. Jose is how he said to pronounce it. He said, considering the run home and current form, who's in your top 6 list of defenders and forwards?
Ooh. Joe, who do you have in your top 6 forwards? Because I'm actually interested in this because I can't pick them.
All right. I'll tell you who they are.
My favorite thing about you is that everything you've said is like full chested with confidence. There's absolutely there's none of this bullshit that I do where I'm like, oh, I'm a fence sitter.
Joe knows how it is.
Joe knows how it is.
It is Max Holmes, for sure. Very confident Max Holmes. Nazire. Got to be Nazire in there. Those are 2 absolute guarantees, I think, in my opinion. I'm going to chuck Blakey in there. I think Lizards. I thought I had Lizard as a potential top 6 at the start of the season. So I still believe in the Liz. I believe Parker from here on out is going to be a top 6 scorer with the way that their run home is and a nice cheeky 131 on the weekend that went by certainly helps. Cal Wilkie's a chance, depending on what ends up happening with the severity of Sinclair's injury. So that could be 5. And then D6 is, I'm going to say Whitfield for D6. It could be either Whitfield or Ash, but I think with the way that the Giants are playing right now, with how wishy-washy things are, I think Kingsley is going to have to face up to the fact that the orange tsunami is the tsunami when Whitfield is the one driving things off halfback and having the ball more in his hands. Taking the ball away from this guy and having him be a bit of a Mr. Fix-It just is not best for the Giants at the moment, and I anticipate that they will come back to their senses and believe in the great man. So I think those are my 6 defenders.
I agree with you on Holmes.
Yep.
And Ash. I can see Nick Blakey sneaking in there, but I think leaving out Dale and John Noble, I think is kind of glaring. They've both had really good years. Like, Dale has been pretty consistent since coming back and finding his form. And I think on points-wise, he's actually not that far behind the top pure defender. Obviously, Holmes in total points is on 1,700, but he's essentially a mid, so it's kind of cheating. But Sinclair is the top total points defender on 1,590, and Dale's only about 100 points behind that.
Bailey Dale is the 4th ranked defender on total points. So I do like the Dale call there. I like your call on Whitfield. I think the issue is they tried moving Lockie Ash into the midfield and it didn't work, or he wasn't doing enough to put his hands on the ball, to get his hands on the ball. So I think now it's Whitfield's turn to kind of move around in position. So I've got Ash ahead of Whitfield. I think Noble and Dale, I agree with that with you, Clarkey. I agree with Holmes and Nas as well. But that 6th defender, it could be anyone, really.
Correct. As long as they're a defender.
I think I'll go with Wilkie. I think Wilkie picks up the slack from Jack Sinclair and sneaks in on the run home.
Fair enough. Forwards.
Not leaving Victoria certainly helps as well for the rest of the year.
Yes. Yep.
I wasn't aware they let people play football outside of Victoria. Seems disgusting and a blight on this game.
I would argue that the Melbourne Demons don't play football outside of Victoria either.
And look at us. We're undefeated at the MCG demo.
How about that?
Yeah. Forwards. Sheasel.
Yep.
Horn Francis. Treacy.
Yep.
I'm going to say my spicy one for this one, Murphy Reed. And probably boring Pickett. Oh, actually, you know what? I have a very horrible suspicion that Pickett is going to be quite average for the rest of the year. So maybe it's probably more likely to be a Petrarca, I think, in the long term. But there's a few guys who could easily jump up that list where, you know, I think Harvey Thomas has had quietly a good year. He's not too far off top 6 pace. Zach Bailey as well has had a run of down games, but has, once again, capacity to be triple figure averager. Riley Sanders, I think that he's currently 9th on total points for forwards. I think he won't go much higher than...
I think Liberatore back will affect Riley Sanders a little more than we're currently thinking.
The top 6 forwards are really boring currently.
Yes. Yeah.
BJ Williams, no?
No.
Depends on how good he wants to be at ruck.
They have a great run home for rucks.
Okay, I'm hearing you.
I got a spicy one. Darcy Byrne-Jones, moved to half-back, has a 5-round average of 102.
No, he does, doesn't he?
I think he will sneak in as a top forward for the remainder of the year. I agree with Harry Sheasel. I think Petrarca is going to remain around the mark. I think Jason Horne-Francis will continue as a pure mid and be around the mark. I think Chad Warner's a chance. I think Zach Bailey's a chance. they're probably my. I think Rankin gets injured again, unfortunately. So they're probably my guys. Murphy Reed probably as well. I can see Josh Tracy having some tougher matchups in the back half of this season. Shea Bolton is probably a mix now that the Dockers midfield mix is back at full strength for now. So yeah, I'm probably going Sheasel, Horn-Francis, Petrarca, Reed, Bailey, and Burn-Jones as my 6. Is that 6? That sounds like 6.
Yeah.
I'm not counting. Joe?
So why don't we like Cozzy Pickett in the top 6?
I just don't think he will average enough on the run home. I've had this sneaking suspicion for a while that he's just really struggling with the attention, and he relies a lot on being an impact player. So it could depend entirely on how he plays in the matchups. But I can see a world where he averages like 90 on the run home. I don't think he's completely going to fall off. But if we're talking pure top 6 total points, I think there are players outside of him who have better runs.
Yeah,
but destiny's in his hands, Joe.
Well, I believe in him. I reckon he could do it. I reckon when you've got a guy like Max Gawn tapping the ball down to you, and you've got someone like Steele, who is still a very, very good inside mid to feed the ball out to you, and he's just rapid, quick. Good luck trying to keep pace with him. So, I'm going to believe in Cozzy Pickett being a top 6 for the rest of the year. I think she's absolutely no-brainer. I think Petrarca for sure has to be in there. I do like the Murphy Reed call because of how much time he spends in the middle. Did I say Horn-Francis? Yes. Again, just getting more midfield time. And I'm going to say for my D6, I want to go Bailey because I own him and I hope he can come good. Just trying to speak this prick into existence. But if it's not going to be him, then
I've got another one who probably will sneak in as well, but it's reliant on him staying fit.
It's Jordan De Goey.
It is Jordan De Goey.
Boo.
Yeah. He's
the Grovey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Blowy.
Yeah. Next question comes from Chris.
Thanks, guys, for no one jumping on that and then leaving me with the awkward silence. Thanks, guys.
I was just expecting Damon to move it on.
Next question comes from Chris. He's thinking Merritt, but Newcombe is cheaper and looks to have an easier run. Who will score more from here? So, Merritt or Newcombe?
Newcombe.
I think Newcombe.
Will Day.
Will Day.
Valid.
Yep. Valid. Yep. I like the Will Day. Let's forget about Merritt, forget about Newcombe, get Will Day, cheaper than both of them.
And I have him.
Yes, Will Day buddies over here.
Friends.
Next question comes from Peter. Is Sherry a trade? If it's only going to be 1 to 2 weeks, I think you got to hold him.
I think he's a hold.
Yeah.
Piss him off.
Okay.
If you have 14 trades. If not, keep him.
I think it depends on how many trades you have left, yeah.
Yeah. If it's more than 5, I think you can probably justify it.
Yeah. Yeah. Next question comes from Jackson. He's looking at an F6 upgrade on Jagger Smith. He already owns Sheasel, Rankin, Track, Pickett, and Durham. And he's got Campbell Lake and Mitch Pajaski on his bench. Please rank based on scoring and run home Warner, Reed, Horn-Francis, Shea Bolton, Max Hall, and Took. Well, we kind of did that when we answered Jose's question before. So hopefully, Jackson, that answered your question. Of the guys that you've listed, though, it's probably Horn-Francis, then Murphy Reed, then Warner, and then throw a blanket over the rest of the guys.
No, nice.
Am I the only one who notices that 99% of the questions and compliments are coming from J-name people?
We are a J positive podcast.
This is adjacent.
This is the footy jail bag.
Then you've also got a J guest as well. Like, what the hell is going on today? But I agree with you, Damo. I agree with your assessment wholeheartedly.
Marksy has asked us, he's looking to fill his last spot at F6 while also dealing with the Sinclair injury. He has 2 plans in mind and would love to hear our thoughts. These trades would be after the round 16 bye. Wilkie and Rankin or Nazaya and Tilthorpe?
Option B, Nass and Tilthorpe. Next question.
B. Nass and Tilthorpe for me.
I have Philthorpe at the moment. Just don't have Nazaya, and I'd like to get Nazaya, but don't have enough trades or money. Oh wells.
Is he your biggest Nazaya?
I guess I'm free from Nazaya. I suppose.
Currently, but hopefully not in future. Fingers crossed.
My team is terrified. Freed from Nazaya.
There you go, Damon. That's the episode title.
You're
welcome.
I think the episode shower is going to end up being Golden Showers.
Golden showers, please.
Next questions comes from Carnage Craig.
Hey.
He's given himself a kind of wrestler name there. Carnage, with all these defenders dropping and hard to know who the F6 will/should be, is it smart to get a defender forward DPP as your flex? I'm down to 4 trades, and with this many rounds left, it seems like you need to have many DPPs, especially in flex. Thoughts?
Sounds like Craig wants to trade in DBJ.
Yeah, Darcy Byrne-Jones is perfect.
It sounds like Craig has noticed that DBJ has a very high average.
Yes.
And I like it. Yeah, I think that's good. If you like the player who has the flex, like the flexible positions, then don't trade in a player that you like.
Yeah.
I'm tossing up between DBJ and Murphy Reed, and I prefer Murphy Reed because of vibes.
And also
like both
because
of them.
Darcy Byrne-Jones has the word burn in his name.
Like David Byrne.
Ken Hinkley had a bit of a hard-on for Darcy Byrne-Jones on the weekend. I don't know if you guys listen to
when does Ken Hinkley
the
not
commentary
have a hard-on
team,
for Port Adelaide?
but he was there. He was on with something talking about Darcy Byrne-Jones. I love him in commentary, but I don't think he should be doing Port Adelaide games.
He needs a little bit longer to cook.
Yeah. He might not get time to cook. I think he's in demand for coaching jobs.
Even better.
And last question comes from, hey, look, another J name, Jared. He's got 9 trades left and he's trying to set himself up for a solid finish coming into the league finals. He has Sinclair, but can wait until next week to move him on. He's also got Mick Andrew in the flex and Chris Sherry to be traded for a 22nd premium. Currently missing 1 midfielder, and he has Rochelle and Durham in the forward line and Jordan Clark in the back line. Does he bring in Petrarca to give him the option of moving him into the forward line and upgrading Rochelle or Durham in league finals to any player, or the best player under 616k and hope to upgrade Rochelle and Durham in finals to a low-priced forward? After this week's trades, he'll have 7 trades left, 6 after moving Sinclair to a defender. Is it better to save those 6 trades for finals or try and spend 2 to upgrade Cumming and another rookie, Hawkahan, Dirksen or Edwards, and hopefully bring in Smith in a few weeks? It'll leave him with 4 trades left for the end of the year.
Is this a question, or is this the Batman giving contingency plans on how to take out every single Justice League member if they ever went rogue?
There was a lot to take in. So I think his question is, does he bring in Petrarca into his midfield with the plan to eventually move him forward and upgrade Rochelle or Durham? Or does he bring in the best player under 616k and move Rochelle or Durham in league finals to a low cost option?
I think there are so many great mids under 616k. Why not just bring in a good mid? Because Petrarca is not that good.
Yeah. Yep.
In fact, there is only one midfielder who is over 616k. Every other player in the game who is available in the midfield is under 616. You want to guess who that one midfielder is that's above 616 without looking at the computer?
Is it Zach Butters?
No, it's Heaney.
It is Haindog.
Is it Heaney?
628. He is the most expensive player in the game right now.
Crazy.
I'm convinced. Well, actually, I'm convinced after Abs pointed it out, because it's taken me a bit to sort of process the information, the magic number has dropped significantly this season. And I don't know if it's to do with the extra player on the bench, the different game style, whatever it is. The magic number has become a lot lower this season, and we're seeing team values struggle to be maintained.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely buying high and then losing immediately. For under 16K, just to list off some of the guys that I think completely worth it over Petrarca. Noah Anderson, Nas, Gulden, who we mentioned before. I'd probably even take Finn Callahan, Jason Horn-Francis, Andy Brayshaw has had a pretty good run of form. Lockie Neal has had a pretty good run of form. Newcomb. Like
Max Holmes?
Max Holmes as well, obviously. I don't know, for some reason I assumed that he already had him. But
he's also looking at Bailey Smith as well, which I think is a fine option if he wants to do it after the bye.
Well, low key, like this isn't the first person who I've seen be like super hot on Bailey Smith.
Yeah,
like our good friend Nate, and he's got a break even of 147. They're on the bye this week. He's going to be cheaper in coming weeks, but I think you can find matching value for less than 598, than almost 600k. He's had a really good year, like a fantastic year. But I think he's a bit like Bond, right? Like if you didn't start him, he's just at a point now where I think he's, given everything that we've just said about overall team value and struggling to sort of buy low, sell high. Why are you buying the guy that's almost 600k when we've got options that are around, say 560 to 500?
Will Day, 491.
Yeah, perfectly cromulent.
Yeah.
Although I may have just tagged this guy's team by suggesting that.
So there's some options there for you, Jared. Hopefully we answered your question.
How do we feel about Patrick Cripps? 513k. Ever since Voss got sacked, he has been. When did Voss get sacked?
5 weeks ago.
5 games ago.
They're 5-0.
128, 119, 116, 110, a 78, and a 117 since Voss has been sacked.
That is mercenary behaviour there.
Yeah, I don't mind the Patrick Cripps call either. Actually, if he wants to go for a massive point of difference,
I prefer George.
But
Hewitt.
I think, George Hewitt as well. But these guys also then give you money to potentially upgrade Rochelle. Or
true,
like more naturally, rather than relying on bringing in someone who's going to already replace them.
Yeah, and you get to trade out Geordie Clark as well by going for one of the cheaper ones, and might enable you to double upgrade those two fellas on both sides of the field, because Geordie Clark is just not doing it.
No, he's not doing it. Very annoying player at the moment.
Yeah, he needs to get it together. I hear people are saying that he needs to get it together. I don't know who.
All right, that's all the questions. Thank you to everyone who submitted one of them. Hopefully we answered them. Clarky, I debuted a new format of the traffic lights last week so that we could add in. So we weren't restricted to just positions. We could just recommend whoever we liked. It had a good reaction. It had a really good reaction. We had people sort of accept it a bit more because I wasn't having to just go 3, 3, 1, and 3. Like there was 6 greens, a couple of yellows, and then the 3 reds, and really good reaction. I was pretty happy with how people received it, and the Facebook comment section especially, just good banter, good questions. It was probably one of the best reactions that we've had with the traffic lights in some time.
Yes, we're grateful. We're always grateful for the feedback, but it's nice to get an idea right for once.
Yes. And just a reminder, you can keep a lookout for our traffic lights across our socials and on our website. Green indicates a good pick, yellow is a watch or a hold, and red is a trade or avoid. A player could earn their rating for several reasons, including but not limited to scoring potential, job security, price point, reliability, or injury status. Read the little blurb so you know why the player is that colour. It's posted shortly after teams drop on a Thursday.
What was the grade for the traffic lights last week? B+?
It was a B+. We got 9 squares correct. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Also check out Nate's captain's article. He's given us the best options for the captains this round. Clarky, who did you land on for your vice captain and captain this week?
I'm flip-flopping, Damo. I've got two combos that I'm looking at. So I've got Dawson into Sheasel for my VCNC, or Dacos into Dawson.
I like Dacos into Dawson.
Yeah, I feel like Dacos playing against Richmond Saturday Arvo at the G feels like a golden shower, if you will. But also it could just be a nothing game because maybe he takes it easy. And then obviously we've got the showdown Saturday night. So it is a tight turnaround.
It is, yeah.
But I think I will have just enough time to make the decision.
Luckily, there's no crossover though for the Saturday game, so you've got time to work it out if you want to do it.
Yeah, or Sheasel against the Bombers I probably think that's a 150 game for Shees.
Yeah, yep. Joe, what's your current thoughts for vice captain and captain this round?
Yeah, I've basically what he said. I've got at the moment Dacos, Nacos for a golden shower type performance on the MCG against the Tigers, and then I've got She's Nuts against Essendon against the Bombrays. So pretty comfortable about that. They're both in really good form, both with 150 plus scores against two of literally the bottom two teams. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm pretty similar to you guys. I've got Dacos, but he's got the C. I'm going a bit rogue with my vice captain and think Will Day against the Giants on Friday night on the big expanses of the MCG could have a really good game. So
interesting.
I've gone VC Will Day into a Nick Dacos captain.
I love that. That's excellent.
So Bedford's not doing any snooze jobs on people these days?
Or at least if he is, we haven't noticed.
Because we're snoozing ourselves.
Very good.
And that's it for this episode of the Footy Mailbag. Jose, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you?
No, the pleasure was all mine. I leapt for joy when I saw your message, invited me to come on. Definitely love the two of you. You guys do incredible work. You're both very knowledgeable and very entertaining.
Hey,
and
when I sent you the message to invite you on, you were trying to get 23-0. Did you ever get 23-0? Have you gone back and tried?
I went back and tried and did not get it. I've gotten 22-1 more times than I would like to admit. Let's just say if I had $1 for every time I got 22-1, I might not have to work anymore, but it's annoying. Let's just say that. And I eventually abandoned the task and I thought, stuff this game is rigged and doesn't like me and I don't understand it. And so be it. I just don't understand. I'm just no good and we move on. But it sucks.
I think,
it sucks, except I love it.
I think it's become slightly harder to get 23-0 because it was quite easy to grab that when it first released. But I'm seeing combinations that have gotten 23-0 previously when it was released now not achieve that after Ryan made some adjustments. So I think 23-0 really is an achievement now if you get it in this newer version of the game. So I'm interested to see how it works when he launches the full team version of this.
This team did not get 23-0. Listen to this. Gary Ablett Sr., Nathan Buckley, Gary Ablett Jr., Max Gawn, Dustin Fletcher. That did not get 23-0.
There must be something in the numbers that we're not seeing then, because that sounds like a pretty good team to me.
Oh, well. But yes, you can find me on the Centre Bounce YouTube channel. We tend to go live every Monday night, answering people's questions, reviewing the round that was, wherever the wind takes us, whatever people want to talk about. We talk about just about absolutely anything on Monday nights. Thursday nights, we have the drive home. Friday nights, and again, another stream for the final team sheets. And then occasionally, if I have time, whether it be a Thursday night or a Friday night, I might do a live watch along. And that's where you saw me, Damo, trying to do the 23-0 at halftime.
Yep.
And I'm sure it gives lots of people so much joy to see me fail at something. So yes, if you'd like to watch failure and maybe have some fun, you can check me out on the Centre Bounce.
If you haven't given us a rating on your listening platform of choice, please do so. It helps new listeners find us. Clarky, where can people find you?
You can find me at Quantum JC or alternatively at my other podcast, The Falcon, which is at Falcon Footy Pod on Instagram and X.
You can find me at DamoSC on Twitter, and you can find us at Footy Mailbag on X and Facebook, and thefootymailbag.net for our website. Thanks for listening. We'll talk next time.